Hey guys, it's Liza live here at Apple Athletic Club, and sorry I'm talking so slurred today. I was telling Lisa last night I used Crest White strips. Beauty is pain, that was a huge mistake. So the pain is so bad.
Your teeth look good though.
Okay, yeah, they are right. Anyway, so we just wanted to present you with Fit Tip Friday today, and Lisa, she's pretty smart. She's one of our certified personal trainers here at Apple Athletic Club. So Lisa, why don't you tell our viewers what your fit tip is, or what, you know, that information you have.
Yeah. Okay, so many of you have asked me, and a lot of you have probably seen on TV, the new organ that has been found in the body. And I'm here to tell you that it's not new. We know about it. We've known about it for a long, long time. Decades and decades of these researchers, especially in Europe, have been studying this new organ. It's called, well, what the American scientist is calling it is interstitium. So I know when I heard that on the news the other night, I kind of did a laugh out loud.
Yeah, like, I know what that is.
So I learned about interstitial fluid in college, and a lot of the other trainers are like, I know what that is. So today I'm going to kind of talk to you about what it really is and what it does for our body. So this interstitium, what they're talking about through the body is they're also seeing that it's a transporter for the cancer cells. Well, your interstitial fluid, or your interstitium, it's what they're calling it now, is actually all the way through your body, head to toe, inside, outside. It's connective tissue. It is what makes us us. It makes us upright instead of being a pile of bones and mush on the floor. So it is in our body. It's in everything. It's in your body from conception. That is what your body is made up of, is connective tissue from the very beginning. So I just want to kind of show you how it works and
how it incorporates into our fitness.
Exactly.
Kind of what it does for that.
So
cool.
With it being a water-like substance, you know, your body is made up of over 70% of water. It's actually on the outside of the cellular levels, the extracellular matrix. But it's all this fluid that works throughout your body. So when we have good fluid through our body, our connective tissue works really, really well. It kind of is like, I've heard it described as a river, that you have all this fluid moving inside you, and when you get sediment built up in the river, you have that around here with all the streams and everything, that it gets stuck. So it kind of gets stuck. You feel, when you get up from sitting for a long period of time, the stiffness in your joints. When you get out of bed, the stiffness, that's actually your connective tissue being stuck or getting dehydrated. So what can you do to hydrate your fascia or your connective tissue, whatever you want to call it, your interstitium? Well, you got to move, for one. And drinking water, yeah, it's great, but it's not going to make it more hydrated for you. You actually have to train it and move it and stimulate it. Your connective tissue is very, very, very highly stimulated. It's all of your nerve endings, your sensory nerve endings in this connective tissue, your interstitium, your fascia, whatever you want to call it. So when you feel soreness after you work out, it's really your connective tissue saying, hey, I'm kind of tight and stiff. I need to be worked out. I need some therapy. Yeah, I need some of that. So a good example I have for you. So I've got two sponges for you. One of these is really, really dehydrated. It's hard sponge. Yeah. This is what happens to our connective tissue when we sit too long, when we do things repetitive. Not necessarily poor posture, just sitting long at a desk. You hear now that sitting is the new smoking. Even highly trained athletes get this stuck connective tissue. You can't hardly move that. Try that.
Definitely.
So what we want to do is be able to hydrate our fascia or connective tissue. So our connective tissue should move like a sponge when it's healthy. We don't want to get like this. If you look really closely too, you see all the little holes in there?
The porous.
That's your interstitium that they just found and discovered. It's not new. It's in our body.
We're a little bit behind at the times, right?
It's fluid pockets in your body. So we need this. We want this.
Yes.
So if you want to learn about fascia, there's a ton of stuff out there. A really good book I like, this is one of the books I learned about in one of my fascia courses I did back in December. It's more like a textbook, but this is like the Cliff Notes version of it. It's called Fascia, What It Is and Why It Matters by
Fascia for Dummies.
It's like the Cliff Notes version of it. We know what the
exactly.
Pilates for Dummies, all that stuff. So David Lee Drive is the one that made this book. So lots of good stuff. There's really cool pictures in there. Another really good example, we all eat these little cuties, right?
Yes.
I'm going to show you what your fascia is. Okay. You can learn it at home. So all of this white stringy stuff is connective tissue. So you can see that right there. So we get down, we can get in there.
Yeah, there you go.
See all this little stringy stuff right here. That's your connective tissue. You're made up of millions and millions and millions, actually I think trillions of cells of that now. So if I get down to the cellular level of this, take all the skin away, more fascia, you see all the little teeny tiny pockets in there that the pulp lives in. That's your interstitium. So you know what your interstitium is now. It's not new. It's been around for years.
So people say, did you hear about that new organ that they just discovered? Oh, well, Lisa Morton told me that it's been around for a long time.
It's been around for decades. In fact, years and years ago when anatomists were dissecting bodies, they would peel the skin off and get this web-like cotton candy type stuff. They'd throw it in the bucket. They didn't know what it was.
You're kidding.
Now they're starting to understand what it
has
is,
a purpose,
and why it matters,
and why we need to exercise it.
Yes.
So, and this is the perfect place to do that.
So if you have any questions about fascia, or if you want to learn more about it, or even maybe see some classes that offer fascia training here, we can do that for you. So comment in the comments below and see what we can do. We'd love to see your input on it. Love to explain a little bit more about it, and hopefully we can get some more options for you out there to help you train it.
Awesome. Perfect. Well, thanks for your Fit Tip Friday. Really appreciate you, Lisa. She's pretty incredible. So be sure you come in and see us here at Apple Athletic Club. And you guys, tune in next week for Fit Tip Friday, and stay fit this weekend and stay off those Chris White strips. Give your teeth some time.
Yeah. Happy
Ouch.
Easter.
Happy Easter. See you guys.